Hello everybody, welcome to Bad Big Games. We talk about all things E3. I'm your host Joseph. Today we're going to show you the trailer and give you my first thoughts on Square Enix's Marvel's Avengers game. So with all that said, with all that out of the way, Future Joe, let's start the show. So here's the deal, gang. Walking in on Avengers, it's almost 12 o'clock at midnight. I've watched this trailer countless times. I watched the presentation over and over again to just learn and get as much as I can information-wise from the trailers, from the presentation itself. So I'm going to talk to you guys about what I've learned, what I'm hyped about, what I'm not so hyped about. So with that said, let's get right into it. This, first and foremost, is Crystal Dynamics' take on Avengers. So this is not the MCU, this is not based off a strict comic book line, this is just their interpretation of the Avengers and of the characters. In the game, there will be 5 characters to start. You have Iron Man, Hulk, Captain America, Black Widow, and Thor. This game is single player. It'll have a single player story to it and a multiplayer focus. You could play with 3 other friends, so 4 online co-op matches where you get to play with your friends taking out bad guys, where this is a living, breathing world. So this is a games as service game. Now, with that said, with a games as service, you need that service that comes afterwards. They stated that every hero and every region comes free. There is no loot boxes, there are no pay to win mechanics, which seems really great on the surface level. I guess that I can assume that this means there's going to be like cosmetic items like skins, which I'm totally okay with. If you're giving me heroes and maps and story for free, fine. You could sell me Iron Man with wearing a bow tie. I don't give a shit. Another cool thing, if you're a PlayStation user, is that there is exclusive surprises coming to PlayStation customers in the future. What does that mean? If you could spell it out, I think that means we're going to get Spider-Man as an exclusive character, the Insomniac Spider-Man, because if I remember correctly, in the Marvel Spider-Man game on PlayStation 4, they talk about a West Coast Avengers building that's being worked on. So this game takes place on the West Coast. The trailer took place mostly on the Golden Gate Bridge where they fought. And so yeah, it looks like Spider-Man may be an exclusive character for PlayStation gamers, and it makes sense because he's an exclusive game on PlayStation. I'm pumped. Sorry, Xbox fans. And with that, the game comes out also on May 15th. And I almost forgot, the voice actors voicing all the characters. We have Laura Bailey playing Black Widow. We have Nolan North playing Tony Stark. We have Troy Baker playing Bruce Banner. We have Jeff Shine playing Captain America, and Travis Mullingham playing Thor. With that said, that's a very talented cast you got, since you can't afford Robert Downey Jr., you can't afford Chris Evans or the rest of the crew. So awesome. This is really great so far on paper. But then you look at the trailer, and that's where my concerns start coming in. So I'm gonna nail my concerns down first and foremost. That trailer was weird. I think it was cut and edited extremely poorly. I had no idea what was going on in the trailer. All I know is that this game takes place after A Day, which I guess something really bad happened in San Francisco, a huge explosion killing a lot of people and even possibly Captain America. Now, with that said, again, it's all edited and chopped up in bits where I didn't get a clear understanding what type of game this was supposed to be. With that said, the character models themselves don't look really good. They kind of look bad. Like, Iron Man looks great, Hulk looks great, but the rest of the crew, like when Iron Man takes his mask off, facial hair, like all of Thor. I would rather fat Thor. Give me fat Thor. Yikes. When Captain America takes off his helmet, yikes. God, they look rough. With that said, fine, maybe it's just me. I need to get used to these character designs, because maybe Chris Evans and his just perfectness is just stuck in my head that, man, looking at any other Captain America is just looking at the worst thing in the world. But at the end of the day, you go, okay, but what about the gameplay? And that's the thing. I don't know what this game is supposed to be. Is this just like, if I'm playing single player, does it mean I get to skip around to each character as I want, kind of like in GTA 5? Or are there scripted sequences? Because it kind of seemed like there could be scripted sequences where 1 minute I'm playing as Iron Man and then they joust me out and I'm playing as Captain America. But we just don't know, because though we saw really cool shit, like when Iron Man's flying and Thor's flying, it's crazy dope. We saw Iron Man dodge a fucking missile. Like, it was awesome. We saw Bruce Banner jump out of the twin jet, hit the ground as Hulk, and then just like lift a tank up. The guy falls and just kicks him, and then he just throws the tank like it's nothing. Those parts are really sick, but I have no idea how this game plays outside of any of that. And so what I have to look at are these really rough character models and just an in-game trailer and everybody on stage really excited. That's all I got from this. And so right off the bat, it's not off to the best start, because honest to God, they didn't give me anything to get excited about, which is so confusing, because they announced they have a demo on the show floor. So why not just show off that demo right now, as you have all eyes watching you? Like, you gave like Final Fantasy VII to go 15-20 minutes. Why couldn't you just add another 10-15 minutes to this already really long conference? People will sit down for Avengers, okay? They will sit down for over 3 hours for Avengers. So why not just give us an extra 10 minutes? I have no idea why. So the presentation itself showing us why we should be excited for Avengers was really poor, because this game could be really great, but what I'm seeing is just not impressing me. Like, the highs of the highs is that you get to unlock different heroes over time for free. There's going to be more regions for free. There's going to be more story for free. No loot boxes, no pay to win mechanics. That should be getting to me. That should speak to me as a gamer. Right? Like, and as a Sony gamer, I should be really excited to see Spidey in this game. But seeing the character models, seeing this really weird put together trailer, I can't help to just not get excited for this game, but to add more worry. And it sucks, because I see all these developers, everybody part of Crystal, they showed like the work. It's multiple studios working on this game. You know they're excited for it. And I just I can't move that needle. So what I really do think is, I hope we're going to see an extensive demo of this game being played out, because honestly, that's what it really needs. So hopefully in a day or two, we see that demo hit screen, so it kind of turns eyes, because right now it ain't doing it for me. And it's weird, because when I saw Marvel Spider-Man for the first time, you know, it was in-game stuff, but I felt confident. Insomniac showed, whoa, Spider-Man looks freaking dope. Like, the suit looks interesting. It's different. This doesn't look different. Like, when you look at the Spider-Man suit from Insomniac, you're like, okay, so this is a different Spider-Man just off the emblem alone, right? None of these characters have that. They look very reminiscent to MCU, while at the same time, again, they all look sick. Someone get them Theraflu. I don't know what you need, but just fix it. It's rough. You know, it sucks. I want to get excited for this game. This was my most hyped game going into E3, and walking out, I don't know if it's going to be in the top 5. So with that, that's my first impressions. That's my first reactions to Avengers. Yikes. This is, again, even like the Batman Arkham games, you see that and you're like, wow, this did not move the needle. So with all that said, with all that out of the way, that's my thoughts on this trailer. Maybe I'm just being super down because I'm so tired and I need a nap. Maybe that's the case, but I want to know what you guys think down below. Are you hyped for this game? Are you not? Why not? Let's talk about it in the comment section down below. Maybe you guys could change my mind. You guys do that all the time. So let's talk about it in the comment section down below. No wrong answers whatsoever. So with all that said, with all that out of the way, if you guys like reactions like these, news, first impressions, should you buys, unboxings, the Trophy Room of PlayStation podcasts, then please hit like, share, subscribe. It helps me out, shows me that you care, builds this big, beautiful family that I call home, because that's what it's all about here at Bad Big Games. So with all that said, and with all that out of the way, everybody keep your wits about you. Have a nice one.